you're watching ECLECTICA. I am Michael 7. Michael, we've got Shauna. That's right, the Greek geek. And we've got Charles, also known as Sensei Vegan. How you doing, sir?
Very well. Very, very well.
So, Iron Fist, thumbs up, thumbs down. What is it?
Just giving it a thumbs down. Everyone I know gives it
Yeah.
thumbs down. I can't speak on it, but everybody says thumbs down.
I think I got a list long as me with things that need to be fixed on that show. It's bad.
Well, let's talk about it. So, it started out very interesting, right? He's walking around, Mr. Rand walking around and barefoot and looking like some sort of hippie reject in the 21st century. And all of a sudden, then he's in control of his company. First of all, did you even like the transition from rags to riches?
It was just way too fast. The whole thing, even with him, he had to get there some way. He got there on a plane. It was, you know what I mean? It was like he would have had some shoes. He would have had something. It was just like, again, sleeping in the park, eating a chicken parm, and then all of a sudden, seriously, then he's head of a company. I'm like, what happened, man? The writing it has a ton of holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't thought out very well.
Okay.
And then I don't know if I like this dude, Finn.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Jones is Iron Fist. Okay. When I think Iron Fist, I'm thinking martial arts. I'm thinking Bruce Lee. I'm thinking Donnie Yen. I'm thinking Jet Li. Smooth. This dude is awkward. The fight scenes were subpar. They were bad. And I mean, when you look at Daredevil's fight scenes, they got some nice fight scenes. You look at Arrow, they got some decent fight scenes. This thing is the bottom of the barrel. Everything, you can see everything coming a mile away. Telegraphing punches and kicks and moving really slow. And it looks like they tell him to do the moves right on the spot. I mean, it looks bad. The fighting looks really bad in the show, man. I don't know. They definitely... You got all these great choreographers out there. You got what? Yen Wu Ping. I think that's a guy. He's famous. He's done so many martial art films. Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan.
I'm gonna put up some production pics. Let's see if we have
It
anything.
just doesn't look well at all. And the writing's bad too.
Yeah, it really is.
That's
Writing's
unfortunate, because you would expect Iron Fist to be like the creme de la creme of the fight scenes, at least. You know what I mean? Even if the storyline was crappy, like at least get the fight scenes.
Got the fighting right. I mean, next to Daredevil, if you put those two, it's
they
like
already set the bar kind of high. Marvel. I mean, they set the bar high in general, so it's kind of disappointing to hear that, Iron Fist deserves better than that.
Yeah.
That's
So
You feel that it was just rushed? They're like, okay, Jessica Jones did really well. Luke Cage knocked it out the park. Let's hurry up and do Iron Fist.
Maybe they're trying to. Maybe they thought they would lose the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they thought they couldn't lose. Maybe they, got too comfortable.
That's a good point.
That could be it, because they did not do their homework, man.
Mm-hmm.
Casting overall, I thought was pretty good.
I don't know if I like that dude.
The brother, right?
I don't know if it's...
He don't like nothing.
It's like it's one thing to be like play docile and innocent, but then when when you're fighting, you get the whole Iron Fist thing.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know if the dude needs a haircut to kind of something doesn't jive right with him playing that role. Something's not fitting, man. Something doesn't fit right. I don't know.
Well, if you see any pictures, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna put up a picture with him with no beard, and you would totally be like, you know what? This is why they made that choice. And it was a perfectly good choice. Because look, no way he can pull it off.
Nah.
without a
And
beard.
at least trim that thing down and edge it up, or
Yeah.
give him a goatee or something. Even a goat. Send him uptown to get an edge up or something,
Well,
man.
well, that beard made him a little bit more manly, a little more, you know, he's missing too
You
much.
gotta keep it tight.
Dude, a little
You gotta keep
scrappy
it
though,
sharp.
man.
You gotta keep it sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at least
Give
yeah,
him the
right?
black barber experience, and he'll be a totally different man.
That's what I said. Send him uptown. Send his
Right.
butt up.
Oh,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, he got to edge that old scraggly beard up, man.
Yeah, man.
Give him the Tony Stark, you know what I mean? You got to do something.
Yeah, if he just did the, what is it, 6 o'clock shadow or is it 5 o'clock
Oh,
shadow?
he got almost the Grizzly Adams going on under here. It's just
Well, it made sense in the beginning.
yeah, but when now he's running the company, you
Right,
don't have to come in looking like
right.
he comes in with a suit on and still got the same old scraggly beard. Just edge that thing up.
Wait a minute. Actually, you know what? Now, if you think about it, if you want to really stay true to the script as far as how they presented it to us, he should have a bald head, and he shouldn't have any facial hair at all.
That would look weird.
Well, think about it. He lived with the monks, so he had to stay within the fashion of where he was being trained, where he was being raised. Unless they're doing, what's that called? Like the Arrow, where there's all these missed years that they're going to flash back to. Otherwise, there's really no excuse for him to have a beard or have long hair.
Yeah.
And because, especially in episode 2 and 3, they went out of the way to say he's really into tradition, and it was kind of beaten into him. And he never really likes talking about what he went through as a kid.
Right.
Then he would definitely not stray away from having a bald head and having no facial hair.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of things in there that make no sense if you want to stay true to the script.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like maybe they thought that, I don't know why Marvel would think that people wouldn't pay attention to the details. Maybe they didn't give Iron Fist as much credit as they should have, and they didn't think that it had as much of a following or that people would pay attention. I don't know.
See, that's the thing with Iron Fist. Like, I wasn't a huge. I mean, I had some Iron Fist comics. I wasn't a huge fan, but like I said, I know some things.
Oops.
Iron Fist is like one of those characters where it has like a deep cult following. You know what I mean? It's not as popular as Spider-Man or Iron Man,
Right.
but you still have your hardcore fans
Right.
enough that are going to be like, hey, wait a second, something's not right. And
Right.
especially me, I'm not a huge, again, Iron Fist fan, but I could see stuff wasn't jiving in that series, man.
Did you hear that they might have Doctor Strange in the next set of Iron Man episodes? Yeah, that's the rumor. And I'm thinking that might work
That could work.
to bring up some energy in the second season.
But you're talking about Iron Man the films?
I'm sorry, Iron Fist. Iron Fist, the next season, to make it better, they might have Doctor Strange in it.
That could work. Because one thing I do give Marvel credit, and they're good with this, how they start tying in everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They brought Claire in, I forgot the lady, the leader of the hand, Madam, I forgot her name. That little lady with the big shoes.
With the big shoes.
Yeah. Forgot her name. Madam. I forgot her name. But I just like how they weave everything in there, And then they brought up Daredevil.
Yeah.
And then they said the green guy. They talked about arrows. I mean, it's cool how they weave stuff in there, but I definitely think they needed to work some kinks out of this script.
Yeah, just get the core, the basics right first before you start adding a bunch of fluff to it. At least get the fight scenes right. Like, come on.
They have, yeah.
Now,
It's
Highly.
Iron Fist. Like, even if you don't know what Iron Fist is,
right?
just the name Iron Fist has so much like responsibility and weight to it.
Now, does Iron Fist have iron fists or just one fist? Because I see so much artwork with both hands glowing.
And it seems like he's only using one
Right.
that starts glowing. It seems like that's the only one
Right.
that has any power in it. So I don't know if he'll develop into be able to use it in both hands, but it just seems like it's just in one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Well, I know I didn't get all the way to the end. Are they gonna have Luke Cage in this season?
Mm.
I don't know. I made it to 7.
Okay.
I made it up to 7. And to see this is the thing though. When I watched Luke Cage, I powerhoused all through them. I didn't want to stop. I think I watched. I was just like, man, this is good. This is good. This is good. This thing, I got to the first 3. I was like, damn. Don't want to watch these others. So make sure I watch the other ones. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Then I'm gonna start watching it again.
Right.
And you know it's bad when you're watching something and then you're just critiquing it the whole time you're watching it. That's bad. That's bad. I'm like, this isn't.
Right.
This is only good. No, another good thing though, 7.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I did like about it too is I recognized a lot of areas where they were shooting. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I'm like, man, that's right across the street from my job. Yeah.
Uh,
So that was cool. Yeah. I mean, those 6th Avenue and Bryant Park and all
Mhm.
those different places. I noticed the spot, so that was pretty cool.
True.
So that was keeping me entertained, looking around, and I actually saw one of the dudes I work with actually in the movie too, in one of the scenes.
Oh,
So
wow.
nice. Yeah.
Someone was saying that too about Jessica Jones and Daredevil. There's a bunch of things within the script, and they were saying like, here's this area, there's that area, but totally they were filming in different areas. Like some of the stuff that was supposed to take place in Hell's Kitchen is really like Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 24. It's parts of DC. They swear it's Southeast, dude. It's LA. It's not. It's not Southeast. Like, and I'm really getting in 24 Legacy. I don't know if you guys have watched it. I don't know if this really qualifies as geek, but I don't care. I think it's a badass show. But there's definitely parts of it where his like brother, because his brother's like supposedly in the hood, and he's like this gangster OG, triple OG or whatever. But yeah. All right, sorry, I just had to vent.
Nah,
It's,
no,
it's not. It's like palm trees and everything. Like, dude, that is not DC.
That's funny.
Like, come on.
No, I recognize some of the areas, not all the areas, but I recognize some of it. Like I said, one part, I used to eat lunch in this place. I'm looking, I'm like, I know that place. That's Snippers, man. Yep, sure enough, there's a Snipper sign. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I recognize some of the areas, not everything, but some of the spots. Bryant Park, 42nd and 6th. So that was cool. I'm rooting for the show though. I don't want it to do bad, but I think with its predecessors, Jessica Jones, and then Daredevil, and then Luke Cage, you got to step it up.
Hi, yeah.
You got to step it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that would be a total missed opportunity if that were to fall. If they were to let that slip through the cracks.
And they can't.
Or yeah.
So
But I know y'all haven't seen it yet, but Walking Dead was a good episode. Good character development episode.
I'm gonna let y'all roll with that because I fell off The Walking Dead, man.
I know it's a good one though. It is.
Good.
So I'll only spoil it as much as 7 allows me to.
Spoil it like 2-week-old rotten meat. Spoil it.
Oh, okay. So this episode pretty much revolves around Sasha for the most part. And Marito, what's the girl that the Latina girl who's starting hanging around her, and they both mess with the ginger dude. But yeah, they kind of band up and essentially decide everybody's kind of like going rogue and doing their own thing. Everybody's got their own agenda. It's weird. And yeah, and then the Saviors came looking for Daryl, and I was like, no, they're gonna get Daryl, but they didn't get Daryl. I was like, they're gonna get Daryl, but they didn't get Daryl, so that was cool. And then, but he was like, and then it kind of came out that Daryl feels responsible for Glenn's death, and Maggie was like, no, it's not your fault, and but aside from that, it was definitely a good, it was one of those character development episodes, and it more so revolved around Sasha. And in the end, Sasha, and I can't remember how to pronounce the girl's name, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. But the Latina girl with the long hair, both decided that they were going to go on this rogue mission to rescue your boy with the country accent and the mullet haircut.
And that's where I fell asleep.
Yeah, for real. Oh, oh, so you fell asleep right at the end. So yeah, they were gonna save him, and then he's like got this freaking Stockholm syndrome. It's like he didn't want to be saved, and I was like, what the hell? So then Sasha tricks your homegirl and locks her out of the establishment where the saviors are, and she just runs in, guns blazing, like legit, like you see her get a kill on her way in the joint, and then you just hear guns firing, and no one knows. It's like what?
Well, you know she's gonna be on Star Trek, so.
I know, so that's why I'm like.
So you know she's gonna die.
I know, that's why I'm like, I'm not really holding my breath, but everybody else kind of is. So.
Wait, is it over yet, or there's still 2 weeks left?
No, there's 2 more episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's getting there, getting juicy.
Well, he already gave Rick the piece of paper that had the plans for the bullets, so he can die.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
Anybody. Yeah. Yeah, once they killed off Glenn, I was just like, anybody can go now. I mean, even with Sophie or Sophia, that was kind of like a wake-up call too, because it's like, yo, she's a little girl, like even the kids can get it, like no one is safe.
Everyone's safe.
But
So one of the most iconic moments was that bat and killing Glenn, obviously, but also that tiger.
Yes, the tiger is iconic. Brandon too. I think that's what makes him so iconic.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's the end of the world. Anything goes. This guy's
anything goes.
Okay, that's cool.
And they got really fancy too with the filming, and one thing I got to say about this season, they definitely experimented with flashbacks and time, and
yeah, they did.
They did some really artsy things.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Charles?
I said Mike Tyson had a pet tiger.
In real life.
In real life.
I think they copied off Mike Tyson. Y'all need to send Mike a check.
Actually, they copied off of Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, Thriller.
Jackson had a couple tigers, I think.
He had orangutans, llamas.
Llamas.
Mm-hmm.
Llamas spit.
Bears. Oh, my.
Lord. But
Oh,
yeah,
my
guys,
goodness.
definitely catch up on Walking Dead. It was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
That thing.
Yeah.
24 hours a day for about a month. I am so far behind on Walking Dead. I kind of just gave up on it.
It's kind of like Luke Cage, because I definitely feel like I can't do more than like 2 new episodes a week. Like, I can watch the same episode again because I already know what's going to happen and I can just dissect it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't watch more than 2 new episodes because it's too emotional for me. Like, I just can't deal. Like, even after Luke Cage was so intense. I'm like, it was like watching a burning building. Like, I wanted more, but I was just like, I don't know if a child can handle this.
I had snacks. I had a barrel. I had a barrel of water, and I was just, I was glued to the set, man. I was glued. Yeah.
Love it. Maybe.
So, are you guys looking forward to this matchup, bringing all these people together against the Hand?
I think, honestly, I believe if they do that right, they can actually save Iron Fist, because Iron Fist is going to need some crutches. And I think Luke Cage and Daredevil are going to be the crutches, and Jessica Jones too. They're going to have, seriously, to help him out, to boost that show up, man, because they got to fill in a lot of gaps.
Yeah, they might need to cross over.
And he needs to step his fight game up too, man.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all better make a call to some choreographers.
Right. Don't be bringing in just, all these other superheroes and then your fight scene some garbage when they leave.
Yeah. It's like, how can I put it by? How can I put this without? It's like a lot of rappers don't want Eminem in them songs because Eminem will take and roast you in your own song. And nothing worse than Daredevil and him coming on your show and whooping your own butt on your show. You know what I mean?
Well, that depends who's choreographing.
He gonna whoop your
Yeah, they gotta step him up then, man. You gotta step him up. And he gotta smooth his movements out too. He's not smooth.
Yeah.
Even
Nah.
when he was doing his katas and the Tai Chi, it just everything just looked very stiff and robotic, man. He gotta.
Yeah.
But you know what? See, that's the thing. I'm not familiar with all the styles like that. But if he's, in theory, if he's, trained by monks, maybe he would be stiff.
Nah. Remember the old.
No?
Nah. Remember Gordon Liu? He used to play all them Shaolin Temple monk movies on, Kung Fu Theater.
Yeah.
That dude was bad. That dude was bad, man.
And they're kung fu trained, are they not? They're usually like Shaolin Wushu. That's a very
them dudes are
circular.
smooth.
It's not like Taekwondo where it's direct.
No, it's not stiff, man. They're very fluid in their movement, man. Very smooth. This dude is just everything is just.
Yeah,
really
they're stiff when they do everything else, but when they fight, they're like, it's like a croc.
come alive.
Right, it's like a crocodile in water versus out of water.
Yeah, right. It's so true. Yeah, you got to smooth it up, man.
Yeah.
Get that fight rhythm going. Like I can understand, like Luke Cage having that chunky fight style.
As a boxer, yeah, he was a boxer, so.
That makes
But
sense.
for kung fu, nah, man.
Right.
You can't be
This
like
should be
that.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Like,
Heck yeah.
man, you already have so many templates. You have the blueprint.
They have the blue. That's what I'm saying. And that's like I don't understand why they would come in so lackluster with the fight things like
That's
that.
unfortunate. Especially when they have the money to pull in people who can really make it a good show.
And you have Trinity, Carrie Ann Moss in there too from the Matrix. Come on, man. They should have her fighting in there too.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the daughter dragon? It's interesting.
How can I put it? I kind of like her,
Oh.
but I'll say this: when it's coming to the fights and stuff, she's kind of showing that dude up. Certain areas, not all areas, because she looked kind of clunky too on certain things. But when she was in the ring fighting them dudes, in the cage matches and stuff, she looked pretty good.
Yeah, she did good for that.
She looked good, but when she was using a sword in her dojo, I was like, wow, that they needed to shoot that again because that didn't look good at all.
She probably has MMA backgrounds from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Versus.
She looked good in the cage.
Right.
Now, she was on Game of Thrones. I didn't know that.
She's a throner.
Where?
Yeah.
What character? Oh, get out of here! That is
Oh.
her.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Right. Small world. Okay.
Very small.
At least in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to the Defenders. Let's just get to the point. We don't need another season of Daredevil. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
We do need another season of Luke Cage.
Yeah, they need another season of Luke Cage.
And Jessica Jones, I really liked it, but what else do you need to say at this point? You know what I'm saying? Because Luke Cage, you got to get him out of, jail, and you got to get him just to defeat his brother.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, did Jessica Jones? She did defeat her crazy boyfriend / abuser, right? Or no? Can't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Because if she didn't do that, then she needs another one.
True.
Daredevil, how that ended, that was really creepy. Bring back to life. It was getting a little crazy.
Because it's only a matter of time before Jessica Jones and Luke Cage cross paths.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, you got on my nerves. So in theory, they merge the series, I guess, at that point.
Or maybe they would do it how they did with the Flash and the Arrow. You might have to watch. And when they did that, when they brought all the shows together, you had to watch Flash, then you had to watch Arrow, then you had to watch. I don't know.
Right, right.
I don't know.
But that won't work for this because the template with this is they just put out the whole season all at once.
Right? Yeah. True.
So
About that. Yeah.
there's no reason.
So then they would have to do a separate Defenders then.
And who's going to direct it? Because obviously they're going to fire some of the directors. Because all these different shows have different crews.
Right.
Yeah.
So the only one, and I have to give a big shout out, because we got, 3 minutes left. The only one I have to totally applaud through this whole experience is Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Because she's the only one winning. She's getting a check for every show.
True.
Yeah. Claire.
She's winning.
She sneaks in movies. It's like she be in movies that you never thought, like, and in all kinds. Like, she does not care. She will get that work.
Mm-hmm.
And she's for the people. She's for the culture. I love Rosario Dawson. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah, man.
Doesn't hurt that she's pearl.
I was like, uh-oh, she's coming, y'all. Sure enough, she popped right up in there too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll let's finish the season and we'll talk about that and do a little thing on that. But so far, not impressed.
It's gonna be hard, man.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get through it. It's like work.
Walking Dead. Y'all need to catch up on Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm only 20 minutes out.
Watch some of that Iron Fist. If we gotta sit through that,
Watch The Badlands. And you should watch The Expanse.
Wow.
I told you catch up on sci-fi, man. Stop sleeping on sci-fi.
I'm in comic book mode right now. I gotta care. I mean, I don't know what you're
If
wearing.
I had Netflix, I would be in comic book mode, I feel like.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm in the middle of writing and character creation and all that stuff. So my brain's fried up right now. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown.
That's because you be in the kitchen.
In my
We'll
kitchen.
have a nervous breakdown party.
Have a nervous breakdown party. Come on, everybody.
This weekend.
Come on, Iron Fist crew.
Speaking of which,
Some help.
are we still live?
Yes, we are.
Stop it.
And we're out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And you're watching Eclectica. We'll have more stuff, more updates talking about. And Shauna, why don't you give us your top 3 sci-fi picks for the next show?
Oh, wow. Okay, The Expanse.
Not now. No, save it. Next show.
All right, I'm not saying that. I'm sorry.
I thought